evening, everyone. Welcome to Janderra. I'm Gerwin, and we're playing Cashflow. It's been a little while since we've gotten to play it, but we're back. So let's have a listen to Robert's introduction.
This is Robert Kiyosaki. I'm the author of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and also the creator of the board game Cashflow. So I want to thank you for your interest in the board game Cashflow as well as this new electronic version of it. When I am asked why did I create this board game, I created it simply because I wanted to be able to find a way of teaching people the same important financial literacy and financial intelligence lessons my rich dad taught me. I had to find a way of compressing it, making it short, making it fun, to compress basically 30 years of education into one game board. So I'd like to explain why it was created and also the two main lessons you can learn from this game. Lesson number one is you'll learn how to be an investor. Today, all of us need to learn how to invest, especially with these flaky 401k and these risky mutual funds and the stock market going up and down. We all need to learn how to become investors. On the board game Cashflow, you will learn what very few people learn. You will learn about the four different levels of investor. Level number one is a small deal. And that's where most people should start at. As a little boy, I started investing in small real estate and small stock deals. Level two is the big deal. As you get more money and become more sophisticated as an investor in real life and on this board game, you do go to level two, which is big deals. The third level is a level that the rich invest in. This is called the fast track. The 1933 Securities Exchange Act defined that only the people who are rich were allowed to invest on the fast track. You had to be a millionaire. And the fourth level is Cashflow 202, which uses the same game board to play that game. Cashflow 202 is what the sophisticated investors use. It's called technical trading, how to use insurance when you invest, how to make money when the market goes up and the market goes down. So those are the four basic lessons about investing you will learn by playing this game. Four lessons that most people never even know exist. Four levels of investing that most people have never heard about. So by playing this game, you will learn how to be an investor, you'll be introduced to the really complete world, the complete whole world of investing. That's one of the most important things you'll learn from this game. The second thing you will learn is you will learn how to use an income statement and balance sheet. In other words, you will learn to understand what accountants know. This year's income statement, this is the balance sheet. My rich dad said, if you want to be successful in the world of business and investing, you have to be financially literate. And financial literacy begins with this here. My rich dad also said that, his banker has never once asked him for his report card. His banker never asked him if he had good grades or what school he went to. He says, in the real world, once you leave school, what your banker asks you for is your financial statement. So the two important lessons you will learn from this game are, one is about the four levels of investing, and two, the levels of accounting. Given all the problems we've had in the stock market lately, you'll realize that many of the analysts were giving bad financial advice because the analysts could not read a financial statement. They could not see the big companies actually lying and cheating the investing public. So that's why I created the board game Cashflow. Two main lessons. One, the four levels of investing, and two, the importance of financial literacy. Cashflow is the only game that teaches you both lessons in one game. That's the power of the game. It's what my rich dad taught me, and that's why I'm excited about you taking a look at this game for yourselves.
And the first thing that you actually need to do when you're starting the game is you actually need to choose your dream. So what your goal is. And goal setting is such an important thing for everybody to do. So I know some of these preliminary videos might seem a bit boring, but it's really important to actually set a goal and start working towards it. Now, I don't mean set a lofty goal when you've got no idea what you're actually aiming for or what actually it means that you've done it. But actually set goals that you can work towards. Anyway, so that's something I can help people with. And part of my coaching business is helping people to set goals and achieve those goals. So let's have a listen to Robert on the importance of knowing your dream and choosing your dream.
The first step is to choose your dream. People say, well, why is choosing your dream the first step? Because it's the reason you want to play this game. You see, I know so many people who don't go for their dreams simply because they say, oh, I don't have the money, or they think they can't afford it, or they don't have the education. One of the reasons for playing this game over and over and over again is, number one, to open up your mind and then give you new ways of thinking, the fundamental basic education, so that you can invest wisely regardless of how much money you have, and then have the money to buy your dreams. And so dreams are very, very important. In other words, why live life if you don't have your dreams? So the very first step is choose your dream. That's a very important first step, because that's where you always start, with the end in mind. You always start with your dream and work backwards. That's what your first step is. Choose your dream.
So that's an important thing to consider. Now, next, I'm going to swap my screen over so that, because I've got to make sure I'm sharing the right screen. It's always an interesting exercise. And make sure I'm sharing my sound. Okay. And technical glitches. Technical glitches. This is what happens when you haven't played the game for a while and you haven't organized things properly. Well, it's not tragic, really. But I haven't played the game for a little while, so it can take a little while for things to actually work. Okay, that's one. I should actually only need the one disk. They're actually set as virtual drives, not as real ones, which is why I can't find it. Let's see how we go. I think we've got it. Oh, maybe not. Yes, no, we've got it. Oh, maybe not. You've got to love technical glitches.
Hello, my name is Robert Kiyosaki.
Now we just watched that, so we don't need to watch it again. Now I was originally planning on actually continuing a game that we were playing a month or so ago, but it's on the other computer, so I can't do that. So we're going to do a new game. Oh, and I've gone for the wrong thing. I need the hot seat multiplayer. I don't know what page I'm on. Oh dear. In all fairness, I have got a virus, so I'm going to chuck in a couple of computer players just for the fun of it. I'm going to go with the stock market for kids as my dream. Look at that, I'm a school teacher, and I'm playing with Matthew, who's behind me. He likes to be a jet setter, and he's the airline pilot. Oh, let's start the game. So onto your entertainment. Strong demand for companies' library of old movies on video leads to good share prices. So today's price is 30. The trading range is 10 to 30. So let's see what Rob's
I'm often asked, what should I invest in? Before I answer that question, I'd like to go back again to the basics of financial literacy or financial intelligence. This here is an income statement and balance sheet, also called a financial statement. My poor dad was a man who thought a high-paying job or a salary was everything in life. My rich dad, on the other hand, said the asset column was more important. So my rich dad trained me to become an investor in the assets. And what he taught me is there's three basic types of assets that you can invest in. The reason my wife and I could retire young and retire rich is we didn't have a job. Instead, we spent our lives developing assets over here. So these are the three assets that are available in the world of business today or investing. One is a business. Second is real estate. Third is paper. In my opinion, the reason there are so many people, the reason there's so few business owners is because of all the asset classes. This is the toughest one. It takes the most mental, emotional, and physical power to acquire. That's why guys like Bill Gates or Michael Dell, they built great big businesses. That's why they became so rich. Real estate is number two. In our real estate investment project, the 6 steps to becoming a successful real estate investor, there's more to real estate than just buying it. there's managing it, financing it. So all those 6 steps are important. The third class is paper. In my opinion, and people will debate this, the reason the masses of people are in paper assets as stocks, bonds, mutual funds, is because this is, of all the asset classes, this is the easiest one to get in, also the easiest one to get out of. It takes the least so-called financial training to acquire and manage. So right now, as you sit and look at this program right here, Rich Dad's Cash Flows game is designed to give you the fundamentals that you can make the choice for yourself, whether you want to acquire businesses, real estate, and paper. Many people say I'm a real estate person. That's inaccurate. I have businesses, real estate, and paper. And so each one all of them require some degree of financial education or financial literacy. Of all of them, though, this is the one that requires the least.
Okay, so Nick's decided not to get any shares. It's Matthew's turn. Matthew, would you like to pay off your... So I'm going to go through the income statement a bit and the balance sheet. So you've got the income statement up here. You've got the expenses here. You've got your balance assets here. And you've got liabilities here. So these are different for every player. So yeah, you got your home mortgage, your school loans, car loans, credit cards, retail debt, and bank loans if you've got any. And up here's got all the expenses. Do apologise, my dishwasher's going off. So yes, so you have got Matthew's got the option of paying off $1,000 worth of retail debt. Would you like to do that, Matthew?
Yes, I will.
So Matthew has decided he wants to pay that off. It's a nice way to decrease your expenses fairly early on in the game. And we're going to go with small deal, Matthew.
What?
Small deal?
Yeah.
Mighty for you, electrics.
What is the first question I should ask my stockbroker?
Today's price is 40.
Well, the first question I'd ask is, do you invest in stocks? Statistics show that most stockbrokers don't invest in stocks, the same as most real estate brokers don't invest in real estate. You see, most brokers are not investors. The reason they're called brokers is because they're broker than you are.
I find that funny every time I hear it. I do apologise, mate, if my voice fades in about that bit tonight. I've got a little bit of laryngitis. So, the big deal on the small deals, the small deals go from $0 to $5,000, and the big deals start at $5,000. I've only got $510, so I'm not going near a big deal. My key for you electronics company. So this is the same one Matthew just had, and today's price was $40 for Matthew. This one's got 20. I could get it, and there is some upward movement, but I'm going to pass on that deal. He's just grumpy because I missed out on a little bit of opportunity. Grow for Us Fund, weak earnings for Frank. The most companies lead to weak prices. So today's price for Grow for Us Fund is $10 a share. Goes from 10 to 30. So Frank passed on the shares. A lot of times the computer players will just pass on every share market price thing. It's quite fun. Matthew's turn. Small deal, Matthew?
Yep.
On to you, entertainment. Movie buyer fired after third mega flop. Shares sink, chairman's bonus cancelled. Today's price is $5 a share. Trading range is 10 to 30. What would you like to do, Matthew? You've got $4,650.
Buy 150.
Buy 150? And that goes down into the number of shares, and the cost per share goes down.
That was a good buy.
Assets balance sheet down here as an asset. turn. And have an opportunity. Small deal. Condo for sale. 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Parents sell 2-1 condo used by their child in College Town. Lots of demand for rentals in this area. 42% return on investment. May sell for $45,000 to $65,000. Down pays $4,000. Ooh, I don't have that. Frank doesn't have it. Nick does have it. And Matthew's very close to having it. I'm going to auction it. Would you like to
To what?
make a bid, Matthew?
On what?
On a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom?
How much is it?
I'm offering the card for $400.
How much is it?
It is $4,000 down pay.
And how should I?
You've got $3,900. The cash flow is $140. It's 42% ROI. It's going to auction.
For $500 on the bid.
Okay, Nick's put a bid in. Matthew's put a bid in. 410, 420, 430, 440 to Nick, 450 to Matthew, 460 to Nick, 470 to Matthew, 480 to Nick, 490 to Matthew, 500. Oh. Nick got it. My key for you, electronics weak market leads to sagging share prices for this home electronics seller. Today's price is $10 a share. Trading range is 5 to 30. So that's a really good time to buy, generally speaking, although Frank passed on the opportunity. And that's okay. Some of the computer players just pass on every share market opportunity just because that's what they do. And Nick's just had a baby. You can have a maximum of 3 babies, and the price that you add to your expenses changes depending on what your actual occupation is. So Matthew's turn. So we're just having a game of cash flow. Big deal or small deal, Matthew? You got 3,900. Small deal, good choice. Div to you, utilities. This highly profitable utility company has a proven track record of providing dividends to its shareholders. Only you may buy as many as you like at this price. Today's price is $50 a share. It does not change. It's always $50 a share, and your interest is $1.
No.
24% utility yield. So Matthew's passed on that. My turn.
Yeah, I would have passed on that deal too.
And I'm going to go for a small deal. Certificate of deposit. Today's price is $4,000. Interest is $20 a month. So it's 6% yield. So it's even worse than the utility. I'm passing on that. You want to pass on that, Matthew?
Yeah.
And the computer.
That's the way to do it.
Ten acres of raw land, wonderful park-like setting with a stream on 10 acres of undeveloped area. There are no roads, no utilities, and no noise. 0% ROI. Cost is $5,000. Down payment is $5,000. And Nick borrowed from the bank to get that one. It actually has got a really good return in the market, that particular card. And Nick has an opportunity. Okay for you, drug company. Market strength leads to high share prices for this long-time maker of medicines. Today's price is $40 a share. The trading range is 5 to 40, so it's right up the top of the market. Matthew, big deal or small deal?
Small.
Condo for sale.
My stockbroker says that
24%
investing in real
ROI.
estate is risky.
What else would you expect a stockbroker to say about real estate? Why don't you ask a real estate broker what he thinks about stocks?
Well, I wouldn't do that because he doesn't handle stock. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Red stock, too big power. Today's price is $1,200. Trade interest is $10 a month. Yield is 10%. Trading range is 1,200. It doesn't change. It's the same. So I'm passing on that deal. You passing on that, Matthew?
Yep.
Good job. And Mentor approves as a power on that one. So we're just having a game of Cashflow here. It's a game that was developed by Robert Kiyosaki to teach people what the rich teach them, give people about money, and help them to understand how finances work and how we can actually make it work and not just get stuck on the rat race forever. So Matthew, on to you, entertainment. New director of movie acquisition brings revived prospects to the shares. Today's price is $20 a share. The trading range is 10 to 30. Would you like to sell all of your shares that you paid $5 a share for?
$5. I could wait for it to be $10 higher or
You could.
even higher than that.
Yes.
I've already got a bit of money, so I think I might wait. No.
You might wait.
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
Good job.
So Matthew, big deal or small deal? You've got 6,500. Small? Okay for you, drug company, old Matthew. You hit the big top. It's $1 share. How many would you like? Today's price is $1. The trading range is 5 to 40. Now it can actually go down and have a reverse split, but then it comes back up again anyway. So this is one of my favorite cards.
4,000.
4,000. It's a really good card. Unfortunately, the real stock market doesn't work.
That was a good buy.
But in this game, that was a good buy. 202 goes into a lot more details with technical trading and all that sort of stuff. And eventually we'll get to actually playing that as well. So pardon? Just not at night time though, because it can be quite and it actually has just done the reverse split. So okay for you, drug company flounders. Massive losses due to tainted drug scandal. All stockholders lose half their ownership rights. Everyone who owns OKPU share cuts their shares in half their previous value. Pay no money, your cost doesn't change. The stock still pays no dividend. So it's not tragic. And chances are that will actually go back up again. So it's really not a drama. The real stock market, however, stock companies can drop to nothing. On to you, entertainment. There you go, Matthew. Onto you, entertainment is now $30 a share. So you can sell all of the ones that you bought at $5 a share if you like.
Yeah, when you do that, it's the highest you can go to.
Yep. So Matthew just made a nice amount of money on his investment. Automated business for sale. Personal bankruptcy. Sale of busy. Successful laundromat on busy highway. Absentee owner. Contract cleaning. Use this yourself or sell to another player. 100% ROI. Down pay is $30,000. Cost is $150,000. So the cash flow is $2,500 on that. That's a really good deal for Nick.
Is that one of the big deals?
That's one of the big deals. So Nick's obviously doing quite well. No, not so well. He did pay the $30,000 for it though, so he may have made some money on that previous. Yes, he did. You have to go back through the. Nick sold 250 onto you shares for 7,500. There you go. 75,000. Yep. His turn. Paycheck. Matthew got a paycheck. Move my mice. Technically, because we're in the rat race. House buyer, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. You're offered $135,000 for 3 2-rental houses. I don't have one. I don't think anyone else does yet either. Off the market too. It's a shame. Downs. This is always something.
No.
Yeah, I'm going
I want to talk about another word, again, vocabulary, a new word that sort of crept into our society in the last 20 years. That word is downsizing. So question is, when you look at the cash flow quadrant, the employee, self-employed, or small business, business owner, investor, who does the word downsizing affect the most? And in this case, it's the employee, because the reason employees are afraid of the word downsizing is the truth of the matter is today there is no job security. And I go back to my poor dad always saying to me, go get a safe, secure job. Well, that was a good idea in his time, but not my time. So all of a sudden, all these people who did as they were told, they went to school, have good scholastic grades or good professional grades, they're a lot of afraid now because they're not in control. So downsizing affects these people. One of the beauties of the cash flow game is even though you're downsizing, you'll soon find on the game that even if you're downsized, you're not out of the game because you're still investing. So the purpose of the cash flow game is to train you with the business skills to become business owners and investors. So keep playing this game. Even if you're downsized, you'll find out that even as an investor, you're still in the game. So downsizing only affects employees who really have no control because their boss is in control. And it affects people with 401ks, again, because they have no control of their mutual funds. So the purpose of this game is to have you not be afraid of that new word called downsizing.
There you go. Otherwise known as getting fired. Poor Frank. But it's okay. It's all good. He laughed for 3 turns. And the game keeps going. Okay, new drug company. Today's price is $5 a share. So Matthew will give an opportunity to sell his shares. So because of the reverse split, he's only got 2,000 shares instead of 4,000. And the price he bought them at was $2 a share. Where today they're $5 a share. So he has increased the amount of money that they're worth at the moment. But I'm assuming Matthew is still not going to sell. Not selling?
Not selling.
Not selling. Good choice, buddy. Gonna ride that wave back up. And today's game of cash flow is brought to you by Sizzle H2 Sticks. They're magnesium rich. Small deal, Matthew, you got 9,700. So the H2 sticks are a stimulant-free oxygenated water infused with diatomic hydrogen. Oh, Fred needs cash quick, Matthew. Selling 10 1-ounce gold Krugerrands for $300 each, so $3,000 down pay.
Yeah.
Yep. So the cost goes into assets.
Good job.
The down payment goes into assets. The liability goes into liabilities, and the cash flow goes into income. So yes, the H2 sticks also supports cellular health, helps address oxidative stress, and by neutralizing free radicals, it supports increased cellular energy and strong rapid support and recovery after exercise. I also find it really helps to hydrate me. It's also high in magnesium and vitamin C, so really good support when I'm sick. It's nice and soothing on my throat. Just for a little break. Technically, the satchel's only supposed to go into cocktail. I put it into a litre because I find it a bit sweet. It's naturally sweetened with stevia though, so it hasn't got any artificial sweetness in it. And it also doesn't spike your blood sugar levels either. I should have pressed play on the charity ad. Not ad, video. Anyway, next time it'll come around again. Charity is really important. At the end of the video, I might share with you some idea options and availability on things that if you would like to help donate to something that a couple of projects that I'm working on at the moment, and you might like to help me along and help with this particular situation. So let's have a listen to
I'd like to discuss the importance of charity. Charity was very important to my rich dad. My poor dad always said, I'll give money when I have money. And what my rich dad said, the reason your dad doesn't have money is because he doesn't give. In other words, my rich dad believed in the law of reciprocity. You can call it, Newton's law, give and you shall receive, or for every action, equal and opposite reaction. Or the Asians say karma, give what you want. So my rich dad explained to me, if you wanted a smile, the best way to get a smile is to first give one. He also said if you wanted a punch in the mouth, the best way is to give one first also. So he said, if you want money, give money. Today, I hear many people saying, well, I don't give money, I give my time. The problem with that thinking is you get back what you give. If you give time, you get back time. So charity is very important if you want to get rich and get on to the fast track. You need to give what you want. And if you want money, you need to give money. You need to first give, and then you can receive. That's why charity was so important to my rich dad. Charity was a very important part of my rich dad's financial and business plans.
Ah dear, sorry about that. Just getting a little bit cold. This is one of my jumpers that I made. I can't, but I know a guy jumper. You can see that. So it's on the back of it in big too. They're available on my Etsy store, so feel free to check them out. Matthew, would you like to donate? Charity is 10% of your total income, so Matthew's total income is $9,500. So his donation would need to be $950, and he's decided yes, he would like to donate. And that's going to allow him to use 2 dice for the next 3 turns. No, the charity option.
Good job.
I'm a big believer that we're blessed to be a blessing. House buyer, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. I keep getting this one. Now, let's have a listen to...
Another aspect of playing this game here is you may land on what's called the market card. When you go to the market card, you'll actually draw this. The significance of the market is that you're paying attention to the trends. It's like reading the newspapers, watching the television, and all this. The market is basically telling you market's going up or market's going down, who's buying what and who's this. The market card on this board game is very important because if you're going to be a professional investor, you must pay attention to the market. And that's why the market card is here.
Very important. You're more likely to do it if you've got skin in the game, but it's important. Fire up of 100,000. 2 dice, Matthew?
Yeah.
Oh, you had a baby, Matthew. I'm a grandma. Child's expenses goes over to the expenses column. Okay, for you, drug company, today's price is $80 a share. Oh, look at that, Matthew. Today's price is $30 a share. You bought them for $1, but then they split. Trading range is 5 to 40, so it can still go up a bit. What would you like to do? Would you like to sell all? Would you like to sell some?
Save for now.
Save on it for now?
Yeah.
Not selling any of them?
You sell
Sell half? So Matthew's just received $30,000. So he originally bought the entire 4,000 shares for $4,000. Mentor wasn't really all that impressed with that. Anyway, so Matthew has sold some of his shares, but he still has more left there to be able to sell later. But effectively, so far he's turned $4,000 into $30,000 and still has another 1,000 shares left. And Nick's got an opportunity. Okay for you. Things going well for the company that their shares have split. Everyone that owns OK for you shares doubles the number of shares they owned, which means Matthew's just doubled the number of shares he owned. So he bought the shares for $4,000, sold half of them, and then got it all back again. So, I mean, yes, he would have even more if he hadn't sold them, but that's not a big drama. It's still a big win. Okay, Matthew, 1 or 2 dice?
2.
Big or small deal, Matthew? You've got $40,000. Big. Duplex for sale. Will maintain duplex in desirable area available due to transfer of owner. This is an excellent investment opportunity for the right buyer. 60% return on investment. May sell for $50,000 to $80,000. Cost is $60,000. Mortgage is $5,400. Down pay is $6,000. Cash flow is $300. Would you like it?
Yes.
Cost goes into assets. Down payment.
Congratulations. That was a good deal.
Mortgage goes to liability. Cash flow goes to income, and then we auto sum those. And we see now that Matthew's actually got some passive income there, as does Nick on his. And then we hit confirm. And we go for the next turn. Doodad. That's a video from Robert explaining what a doodad is.
Probably the most exciting aspect of the rat race, and the reason so many people stay in the rat race all their lives, is this card here, doodads. Doodads are the things that make life worth living. For instance, having a nice car, nice clothes, nice watch, jewelry, going out to dinner, new stereo equipment. The problem with doodads is doodads keep most people broke. And this is why they buy doodads thinking they're assets, as it goes back to the financial statement here. In traditional accounting, you're allowed to count a doodad as an asset when it's really a liability. For example, let's say I buy a boat. Your banker will allow you to list your boat as an asset when it really is a liability. The reason people do that is because they've not been trained financially to actually read a financial statement. And many people think their house is an asset when it's really a liability. You know, when your banker says to you your house is an asset, the banker's not really lying to you. He's just not saying whose asset it is. Your house is really your bank's asset. So that's why the doodad card is so important. The way my rich dad taught me to enjoy the good things of life, because I don't believe in living frugally. I don't believe in living below my means. I don't believe in saving money. I believe first in buying assets, and then my assets will buy my doodads. That's how the rich do it. The middle class, unfortunately, and the poor, they buy doodads first and never have any money left over to buy assets. For example, a number of years ago, I wanted a new Porsche. I had $50,000 in cash on the savings line here. Instead of buying the Porsche with the cash, I went out and bought a piece of real estate. That piece of real estate then gave me the cash flow via which I could buy my Porsche. So today I have my Porsche, which is still a liability because I have upkeep on it, like insurance and repairs and tires and gasoline. But I also still have my piece of real estate, and in many ways I still have my $50,000. So the way you can buy all the doodads you want, all the wonderful toys of life, all you have to do is first buy assets first, doodads second. That's the way you get rich and enjoy the good life. I personally do not believe in living below my means, being frugal, or denying me the wonderful things that life offers me. If you want a boat, have your boat, but buy an asset first, boat second. And that's the secret to getting rich and having all the doodads you want, so you can keep up with the Joneses and pass them with cash flow.
So, unpaid cash. I don't believe in paying with a credit card because it just ends up costing way too much. Computer player's turn. Starts a company part-time, invent a new way of making widgets so you start a company to produce and sell them, no profits or startup. During startup, long hours and no extra cash. So it's $3,000 down pay and $3,000 cost. And who knows if it's going to make any money? When you start a new business, you don't know. But there are always opportunities. Let's see what videos.
One more secret to how people get rich. Many people keep their daytime jobs and start a part-time business. That's what network marketing does. But you can also start a part-time franchise, or people like Henry Ford started a part-time business in his garage, which became Ford Motor Company. Michael Dell started Dell Computers in his dorm room, and other people have started their businesses on a kitchen table. So one of the ways the rich get rich is, or recommend getting rich, is keep your daytime job and start your part-time business. As I also said earlier, the tax laws are different for each of these quadrants. When you're in the B quadrant, you have the best tax advantages of the rich. So keep your daytime job, start a part-time business, gain the best tax advantages available to any of the quadrants, and then invest your money. That's how the rich get richer.
So it's starting a part-time business. I've got a few little part-time hobbies that I've got. And will I, won't I? Yeah, I will make a bid on that, actually. Matthew, do you want to make a bid on the widget company? It's $300 down. Minimum bid's $100.
Sure.
How much do you want to bid?
500.
Look, there's three of us in there. We've got an auction happening. 130 to Matthew, 160 to Nick. I'm already out of the game, aren't I? 190 to Matthew, 220 to Nick, 250 to Matthew, 280 to Nick, 310 to Matthew, 340 to Nick, 370 to Matthew, 399 to Nick, 400 to Matthew. I should turn the sound down. Matthew won at 400. I do know. So now we're going to put the cost down on the assets, down payments down on the assets.
That was a great deal.
Liabilities there and cash flow there. Mental got very excited with that one. That was a bit fun. An opportunity. And there's opportunities all over the place. Okay, so a house for sale, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, split level, 3-2 house, out of the way, golf course offered there, heirs of the owner, golf membership included. Negative 12% ROI. Now, this is not necessarily a bad thing. The cost is $115,000, so there's not a huge amount of space for it to move there, but there's a little bit. Down pays $10,000. I probably would pass on this one, but it's not a tragic deal. But there's not that much movement. We've already seen a lot of the really good prices go. 2 dice, Matthew? 1 or 2 dice?
You too.
Big or small deal? You've got 31,000.
Big.
Limited partner.
Why do you say that investing isn't risky?
These deals.
Well, there's always risk when you invest, but it doesn't mean you have to be risky. You don't have to be a risky investor. When you drive your car, there is risk, right?
Well, yeah, but
But you don't have to be a risky driver. If you take a few lessons, practice, take it slow, you'll be a very good investor. There's always risk, but you won't be risky.
oh, I see.
That's one of the things that Cashflow really helps. It helps you to learn how to be a good investor and how to not get caught in the fear of missing out, because there's always another opportunity. Now, I'm going to be a bit sneaky. Nick's only got 8,500 left. Yeah. Frank's got 2,000, not that much. I think I'm going to stick with small deals for now. Condo, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 52% ROI. Cost is 40,000. Down pays 5,000. Trade may sell for 45 to 65,000, and cash flow is 220. I'm going to buy that opportunity.
Good job.
Cost goes into asset. Down payment goes into asset. The mortgage goes into liabilities. The cash flow goes into income. So there we go. Condo for sale, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Very similar to the one that I just got. I just got one with a better ROI than he did. And he passed on it. High school reunion. Doodad. Matthew's turn. Big deal or small deal, Matthew? You've got 9,000.
Very small.
House for sale. Oh, that's a nice one. So 3-2 house in an older area offered by Highway Department. Market has crashed. No bids at last week's auction. Question mark on your return on investment. May sell for 65 to 135,000. Cost is 50,000. Down payment is 0. Cash flow is negative 100. So it's a choice. What would you like to do, Matthew?
Okay.
It's normally one I'd get to. It's good.
That was a great deal.
Capital gains on that one. Great capital gains on that one, actually. There's a couple of much better ones, but that's a good one. I might just go get myself a new job. I'm going to go with small deal. Spare Time Company. Now, this, I'm going to let Robert explain to this. So Spare Time Company, you may join a direct distribution company, goods, products, low starting income, growth prospects for learners and leaders, no promises, and much opportunity.
I'm often asked, why do I recommend network marketing, especially since I'm not in the network marketing business? And like many people, early on, I had a very negative or closed-minded attitude towards network marketing. But I've changed my mind. I've opened up the way that I think, and I've looked at the network marketing industry, and I find some things that are extremely beneficial, especially for people who are looking to make some changes from the E and the S over to the right side of the quadrant. One of the beauties of network marketing, it actually teaches the mental, emotional, and technical skills to be in the B quadrant. Because somebody in network marketing has the potential of building a system with over 500 people in it, plus unlimited income. The thing that network marketing teaches you is the most important skill in the B quadrant is the ability to sell. One of the reasons I worked for the Xerox Corporation when I got out of the Marine Corps was to learn how to sell. My rich dad said, if you're going to be in the business quadrant and become big business, you must learn how to sell or communicate to employees, to specialists, to investors to raise capital, as well as to my customers. So communication or sales skills are essential for somebody in the B quadrant. And the network marketing industry, not all of them, but some of them have excellent training programs to teach you how to sell, how to communicate, how to build businesses. The other thing that's beautiful about the network marketing industry, it teaches you self-confidence. Because the reason many people are not good in the B quadrant is they're afraid of rejection. And network marketing teaches you to handle your own fears, overcome your fear of rejection, and build that self-confidence. And that's essential for the B quadrant. Also, it gives you time. In the real world, when I worked for Xerox as an employee for 4 years, if I didn't sell, I was fired. The beauty of network marketing industry is they'll work with you. You can take as much time as you like to develop those skills. As your skills increase, so does your income. Take 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. It takes time to develop those skills. The network marketing industry gives you the education and the time to build that self-confidence. Once you have your business up, the reason the cash flow game is so important, and you have all this excess money coming from your business, then you can invest your money into real estate and stocks and bonds. And that's what the cash flow game teaches you how to do, is how to be a successful and proficient investor, especially an investor on the fast track. The fast track is where the rich invest. So the beauty of network marketing, it works really hand in hand. It builds you up, teaches you how to increase your income, builds your self-confidence, and then the cash flow game teaches you how to invest. And that's why I recommend network marketing, and that's why I work hand in hand with so many of those businesses.
So I've got my jumper, so I'll show you the new jumper I've put on. So I've got my You Have a Future and a Hope design. So this is one of my little startup businesses that I've done. It's just a print-on-demand business. It's not a direct-to-you. However, Sizzle is a direct-to-you company. So it's network marketing. This is one of the products, the Age Pill. Absolutely fantastic. Age Pill stands for Anti-Glycation Extreme. So it's stay as young as you feel. Highly advanced anti-glycation formula may be the most astonishing product in the history of health, providing a unique blend of powerful super nutrients that support and fight against aging and promoting youthful biology and making you feel energetically younger for a potentially longer and healthier life. I'm actually finding this is really, really helpful, and it's giving me a lot more energy. And it's helping me to think a lot clearer. I'm actually using a number of products to actually help boost my immune system. Sorry, I don't sound real great at the moment because I do have a cold. But it's normally I get sick constantly. And I've only had one cold so far this winter. And as much as it's stopping me from going out, it's not stopping me from doing stuff. So yeah, I'm using a considerable amount of products from from Sizzle. The Super Omega Plus, really great for brain function, as well as a couple of others I might share a little bit later on. And I've also got a video on my channel where I give it a testimonial on how the psoriasis in my hair and the eczema on my skin actually cleared up after 2 weeks of using the product. So I'm really, really stoked with it. It's a fantastic product, fantastic company. And I'm even getting some of my products paid for already, which is fantastic. I'm really pleased about it. There's a lot more products I'm wanting to buy though. So if you would like to clear up your psoriasis, or if you'd like to get more energy back, you want to put that spring back in your step, you want to, I mean, I used to take 6 magnesium tablets each night just to be able to get to sleep and just to be able to stop the leg cramps that were just constant. And now with the Hit the Ground Running pack and the Sizzle H2 sticks, I'm not having any problems with that anymore. I haven't had any cramps for nearly 2 months now, which is basically how long I've been using the Sizzle products for, and I absolutely love them and highly recommend them. I've got other videos on my channel, and each week I add extras. So yeah, so I hope you found that interesting. But anyway, so yes, I am getting the Direct Q company. Cash flow does not go down there. I need to reset that. Cash flow is income. The cost is assets. Down payment is assets. See, a big fan of Direct Q companies. But it's only part of your toolkit. It's only one aspect. On to you entertainment. Recent merger strengthens market share of this leading company with good outlook. So yes, today's price is $20 a share. Trading range is 10 to 30. Player. 8plex for sale. 8plexes are a really good way to get around a lot of cash in this game. So 51% ROI. It's a really good investment. Just not sure if he's got the money for it. And yes, he has. Shopping spree. Matthew, you want to pay cash or credit card?
Cash. There's been a particularly nasty amount of flus going around this year. Lots of people are sick. Lots of people, when they're getting sick, they're staying sick for a good 2-3 weeks, which is quite disconcerting. Trading range 10 to 30, and today's price is 30. Not a good time to buy. Great time to sell.
Nicely done.
You find a great deal. Frank did find a great deal. That's 132% ROI. That's one of the best cards in the game from the real estate perspective. For the cheap ones, anyway. Oh, sorry. Mighty Few Electronic Company. Today's price is 30. Trading range is 5 to 30. Matthew's turn. Got a little Jack running around the house. He's trying to figure out why Matthew's hopped up. You want a big deal or a small deal, Matthew? You got 12,000. Small deal. Okay for you, drug company. Today's price is $20 a share. You bought them at $1 a share. They trade between 5 to 40. You want to buy some more, or do you want to hold on?
How many did I get again?
You've got 2,000.
I just hold on.
I'm going to go with a small deal. On to you. Box office flop by Musical Extravaganza. Today's price is $10 a share, so I'm going to get 400 of those little babies. Due to you, $60 a share. Mikey, for you. Today's price is $1 a share. Did he get any? Yes, he did. He bought 5,000. Sometimes the computer player won't even do that one. And Nick actually borrowed 5,000. You can see that here. Borrowed 5,000 from the bank to buy 5,000 shares. I've been known to do the same thing. Ah, Matthew's had another baby. 2 of them now. I had a baby. My first baby for the game. Certificate of deposit. I'm passing on that deal.
Good job.
Passing on the certificate of deposit, Matthew. $5,000 a share. Yield is 4%.
Yeah, I would have passed on that deal too.
Big deal or small deal, Matthew? It's no time company. You may join or direct to you. You going to join, Matthew? A couple of the other things that Sizzle have available is what they call the golden triangle of life. So they've got the Percoidan, the Eternity, and the Spectramax. Fantastic little nutritional supplements. You have like 30 mils of it a day. The Spectramax has got, I think it's something like, I can't remember now. It's got a lot of trace minerals, and I think it's 78, but I'm guessing. Plus antioxidants, vitamins, and nutraceuticals. Absolutely excellent. Gives you lots of your nutrients you can't get from your food anymore. The Percoidan is from a brown seaweed that's grown in Tonga, and it's a bit of a super anti-inflammatory. This little thing is making it so that I can bend over and move again. It's helping my fibromyalgia significantly. It's also helping with the tinnitus and the ringing in my ears, has improved that as well. At least I believe that's what it is. It could be a combination of everything. Yeah, absolutely love the Percoidan and the Eternity. This is really good for your heart health. So you just have 30 mils of these a day. They're sweetened with stevia, so there's no sweeteners, no artificial sweeteners, and no sugar. This one has got the equivalent of 40 bottles of red wine, so there is resveratrol. Really, really good for you. I can leave links down below for videos that actually go into more information on these 3 products. But absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love them. They've given me energy and they've given me the ability to think clearly again. That plus the age pill. So the age pill is, I was starting to have, like, I'm only 50 years old, but I've been starting to have a lot of problems with my memory, forgetting what people's names were, forgetting what I was doing, going into a room going, what am I here for? And I know that's a common running joke, but I was actually really starting to struggle. And at the moment, I'm doing a diploma in counselling. And before starting using these products, I was having to get extensions every single week when I had assignments due last term. So I've only been using these products for 2 months. But last term, I didn't have to get any extensions. I did ask for the extension, but then I got the work done in time anyway. My brain was just, it was really quite clear. I was able to focus. I was able to think straight, and it really helped. So yeah, that's the direct to you products that I'm currently selling, and really love these. It's made a massive difference to our health as well as just general functioning. So yeah, if you'd like to know more information, check out sizzle.net/Janderra. And you know you're going to be supporting the channel. So Plex buy offers 35,000 per units for all units in any combination: duplex, fourplex, and eightplex. I believe Matthew's got a duplex. There you go, Matthew. Would you like to sell your duplex? You bought it at 60,000, so it's only a $10,000 increase, but it's totally up to you. I think it'll go to 60,000.
Well, then I'll wait.
Okay. Nick's just been doing some selling. He's now got 74,000 sitting in his little kitty. I think Frank just did something too. No, Frank didn't do anything. So house buy for sale, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. House for sale. Downsized manager must sell this 3-2 house. 40% ROI, may sell for 65 to 135,000. Cost is 70,000. Down pays 9,000. Cash flow is 300. Let's have a listen to Robert.
What I'm going to go into are the pros and cons of these three assets. As I said, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, to be an entrepreneur, to build a business takes massive, probably more emotional skills and people skills. So if you're very good with people, know how to sell, know how to raise capital, know how to go to the market, talk to employees, business is the one for you. But again, for me, it took 5, 10, 20 years of training to become a business owner. Second is real estate. Real estate has many advantages. The number one advantage of all is that of all the investment categories, it's the easiest one for the banker to give you money. You know, it's tough to get a loan for business sometimes, and I've never met a banker yet who would give me a 30-year, 5% loan for a mutual fund. But in real estate, it has advantages. I use my banker's money. They're easy to finance. And the great thing about real estate, it's dumb. It doesn't move. So if you really know what you're doing with real estate, in my opinion, is the best one for the masses of people. The reason paper is such an attractive asset, again, is because it's so easy to get into. To make it for $50, you can buy one. It takes very little intelligence, very little maintenance. The problem with paper assets, again, is volatility. Markets go up, markets go down, and markets go sideways. And the problem with paper assets, for most people, they have no protection from the downside protection. Paper assets generally do well when the market goes up. They lose everything coming down. So reviewing again, the reason I like real estate is, number one is my banker will give me money for it. And number two, the tax laws are most favorable for real estate owners and business owners. So those are some of the basic differences between the three different types of assets. RichDad.com is committed to giving you the basic information so that you can do well in all three assets.
Okay. Paper assets are really easy for people to get into for very small amounts of money. And it can be a really good way to actually start saving. I'm going to go with he's got 65,000. I'm very tempted to get a big deal and see if I can sell it to him. I'm going automated business for sale. So it's 25,000. Cash flow is 1,800. For me to be able to do this, I would have to borrow 17,000. No, I would only have to borrow 7,000. And borrowing 7,000 would mean that I'd be paying $700 in expenses. I'm going to try selling it. I'm going to try auctioning it, actually. It's a really good deal. Matthew, would you like to make a bid on the automated business? I don't think you've got 15,000. The down pay's 25,000. The cash flow is 1,800. You would have to borrow 12,000 to be able to do it. So even with the bank loan, you'd still have positive cash flow from it. Would you like to make a bid on it?
Yeah.
What would you like to bid? Minimum bid's 2,000.
Minimum bid's 2,000.
Yes.
3,000.
3,000. You got it.
With just the 2,000 bid.
Yeah. So even with the $12,000 loan, which Matthew can pay off quite quickly, he's still got a $600 positive cash flow from that. And I've increased my cash on hand to give me the opportunity to be able to get more deals.
Not that much.
It gave me $2,000.
It's still not that much.
Considering I only had 1,700. I've doubled my money. Find a great deal. Frank got a really good deal. 150% ROI. This company transferred managers, 3-2 house, no current tenant, has been on the market for 6 months. Just reduced, borrow from the bank if you must, but buy this. See, cash flow is 250. So with this one, even if you borrowed the full 2,000, you'd still have a $50 cash flow. Really good deal. Matthew, would you like to buy it?
Oh, what?
The Find a Great Deal 3-2 house. It is a really good deal.
And how much do I have?
You only got 550 on hand, so you will have to borrow to be able to get that.
Yeah, borrow how much?
You'll have to borrow 1,500 just to be able to buy the card plus the $900.
Which means I'd be borrowing 2,000.
Yes. Yes, you'll be borrowing 2,000.
Which means it won't help by too much for fine.
It's got the capital gains on there. Oops, got to put it on the balance sheet. Didn't quite borrow it out.
Good job. You can always pay off the bank loan later.
So the cost goes down into assets, down payment goes to assets, cash flow goes to income, bank loan goes to liabilities, mortgage goes to liabilities, bank payment goes to expenses. Oops, what did I forget? There we go. %51 ROI, that's a really good deal for Nick. So we're having a game of Cashflow, which is a game that was developed by Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it shows people what the rich teach their kids about money. New music CDs. Doodad, you want to pay cash or credit card, Matthew?
Ish.
I'm going to go with a small deal. Damage to your property. Drats. Rent. Tenant fails to pay rent for 2 months and then skips town, leaving damage to your rental property. Insurance covers most of the damage and the cost, but you're still out of pocket $500. Only you may have to pay if you own a property. That's unfortunate. And tenants can damage your property, so it's really important to have landlord's insurance, although even that doesn't cover everything. So there's always risks. And that's where it's really important to learn how to manage your risk. Oh, okay. Ooh, tempting offer. But I think I'm going to pass on that one. Down pays 5,000. He's wanting 500 for it. So I'm going to need to. I would need to borrow 2,500. So 3,000. I'd have to borrow. I'll make a bid on that one. Matthew,
What?
do you want to make a bid on this 3-2 house? Its minimum bid is $500. 38% ROI. May sell for 65 to 135,000. Cost is 65. Down pay is 5,000. Pardon?
No.
Nope. Nick got that one. Which works for me. I didn't really want it. Big deal or small deal, Matthew? You've got 3,900 on hand.
Small.
My tea for you, electronic company. High inflation leads to poor share prices for this home electronics seller. Today's price is $5 a share. Trading range is 5 to 30. What would you like to do? I'm going to have to organise some more water. Or more sizzle H2 stick for that matter.
100.
You buy 100?
Good job.
Now, would you like to pay off some of your bank loan?
Yeah. The what bank?
The three, you can pay off 3,000 in your bank loans. You've got 13,000, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Correction, he's got 15,000 in bank loans. I don't have any bank loans, do I? No. My tea for you. Company reorganised. Dave suffered massive losses due to overexpansion. Recession. Stockholders lose half their ownership rights. Reverse splits. That's irritating for you. Matthew, you just lost half your My tea for you shares. It's not tragic. I'm going to let Robert have a chat to you about the big and small deals while I get some more.
So let's get into some of the more details of actually playing the game. For example, you get on the rat race, you roll around and land on opportunity cards. When you land on the opportunity card, you have basically two choices. One is a small deal and one is a big deal. Small deals are investments of $5,000 and below, and big deals are $6,000 and above. The interesting thing about this game is games actually reflect people's behavior. I'll say that again because it's important. Games actually reflect people's behavior. Like, I've seen savers just save. I've seen cheaters cheat. In the game, whatever is going on with you will come up in this game. And when it comes to the small deal and big deal, oftentimes I'll see people playing this game. They have no money. Even though they have no money, they think they have to be the John Wayne of investing, and they'll take a big deal card even though they have no money. So the beauty of this game here is you get to see their behavior. Another beautiful thing, as I said, there's four levels of investing: small deals, big deals, fast track, and then Cashflow 202. The beauty of this game is you can get rich on small deals, big deals, fast track, and 202. It makes no difference. So anyway, the funny thing about this game is I meet these, generally men, they think they have to do a big deal card even though they have no money. And that's a reflection of their behavior.
Which I actually did earlier in the game, but not from a perspective of I was trying to big note myself. I was actually doing it so that I could sell the card to somebody else and earn some money that way, which I did. I earned $2,000. Anyway, so Matthew, big deal or small deal? You've got $490. What would you like to do? Big or small deal? Small deal? Good choice. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, not lived in for 6 months. This bank foreclosed house, just reduced. Loan includes estimated repair costs. May sell for $65,000 to $135,000. Cost is $50,000. Down payment is 0, and cash flow is $100. What would you like to do, Matthew? Yes, that's a buy that deal. It's one of my favorite cards, that one.
Nicely done.
It's a really good deal. Oops, sorry, mortgage goes into liability. Cash flow goes up to income. And we do the auto sum. Can actually be really fun when you're playing the physical board game to put your actual numbers in the actual balance sheet. So you're using your statistics with your expenses, your income. I don't think I'm going to worry about trying. I mean, Nick's got 74,000, so I could actually try doing that whole thing again. Yeah, why not? 63,000.
Be careful with real estate. Tenants could damage your property.
That's correct, but that's what you have insurance for. And don't worry about the tenants or what they could do. You need to focus on those rent checks coming in every month. If you have good property managers, that problem won't happen anyway.
Now, this is definitely out of my price range to be able to buy. It is a really good card, though, so I'm going to auction it. Actually, I don't think I will auction it. I think I'll just try and sell it to Nick. And I'm going to sell it to Nick for $3,000. See if he'll take it. And he bought it. So I just made $3,000. So I wasn't going in it to try and make me look good. I was doing it to actually find opportunities that I could sell to people that have actually got more money than I have. So it actually doubled the amount of money in my cash on hand. So not having the money isn't a good reason to not look for good deals, because you can always find somebody else that wants to buy it. Well, not always, but you've got a good chance of it. What do you got to lose? If nothing else, you're getting to see what's happening in the market. And even though Nick was downsized, he was still able to increase his income significantly. His turn. $30. You want to donate, Matthew?
Yeah, sure.
You will have to take out a loan to do it.
No. Why would you ask?
Because it's always important to ask. Can't make the decisions for him. He's got free will. Okay for you, drug company. Oh, that's a good thing. Today's price is $50 a share. So trading range is 5 to 40. Dreadful time to buy. Fantastic time to sell. Matthew, would you like to sell your 2,000 okay for you shares that you bought at $1 a share?
Yeah, sure.
Matthew just made 100,000. Now, if you remember, Matthew originally bought 4,000 shares at $1 a share. Then
Nicely done.
split, and he lost half of his shares. Then he ended up selling half of them for $20, maybe $30 a share, and he made 30,000. But he kept half his share. The very next turn, somebody got a wasn't the next turn, was it? Yeah, it was. It was they had a split. So they'd done the reverse split. Then Matthew shelled half his shares, and then the shares split again because they were doing so well. And now Matthew has actually just made $100,000 on his shares. So his little $4,000 investment, he's earned $134,000. Oh, $130,000. Well, technically $126,000 because you got to take off he invested $4,000. But absolutely fantastic. Matthew, would you like to pay off the rest of your loans? You've got 20. No, you've got 12,000 in bank loans. So we'll take that off, and that will instantly make a massive difference to Matthew's cash flow and expenses. So basically what that's done is decreased his total expenses, which decreases the amount of passive income he needs to get to be able to get out of the rat race. So to get out of the rat race, you've got to have it so that your passive income is greater than your total expenses. Matthew is definitely on the road to doing that. The rest of us are a bit slow. Well, Nick's not doing too bad. Okay, Matthew, you've been offered $65,000 for your 3-2 house. You've got 3 of them. One of them's got a negative 100 cash flow and cost you $50,000. The next one's $43,000 and you're getting $250 cash flow. No, the highest it can sell for is $135,000. So the $65,000 is actually the lowest it'll sell for.
Well, sell the negative ones.
Sell the negative one? There's only one negative one, so. Definitely a good time to sell. And you want to keep the rest? I'm thinking it would be good to keep the rest because it is only $65,000. It's really low money that they're offering.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, when you own something, as long as you've got wriggle room in your budget, you don't have to sell. Just because somebody offers you something for it doesn't mean you have to accept it. It's only got 39,000. I'm going to go with small building. Okay for you, drug company, yes. I'm going to go with 400. Takes a fair bit for me to get that amount of money.
Congratulations. That was a good deal.
Do that. Shouldn't park park illegally. Tennis racket. Steve's turn. What are you going to do, Dad? Pay cash, Matthew?
Yeah.
My turn. Oh, baby. My second baby. $25,000 for duplexes. That's not good. You going to keep your property on that one, Matthew? You're offered $25,000 for your duplex. It's not a good deal.
Thank you.
Red hot buyer looking for a car wash. Nick didn't sell a car wash. Matthew had another baby. So that's the maximum number of babies that Matthew can have now. And I'm going to go with a small deal. On to you. Today's price is $10 a share. I bought them at $10 a share, so might grab another 400.
Congratulations. That was a good deal.
The only problem with shares is you've got to keep getting small deals to actually make investment. Or someone's got to be getting small deals. I don't know what Frank's doing. He's just collecting his cash each paycheck. He's not actually investing in anything. Limited partners wanted. Ooh, it's a nice one. Yeah, thought Nick could buy that one. Although I think that now means that no, Nick's got 35,000 there. Still, he must have bought something. I must have sold something earlier. Market card, 20 acres of raw land. Builder wants 20 acres parcel of land. He's offering $200,000 to everyone who owns 20 acres. I know somebody owned 10 acres. I don't know about 20 acres. And I got downside. Oh, and I think I'm going to take out a loan on that one.
Downsize. It shouldn't make any difference if you've invested well. Your money will be working even if you're not.
Well, it can be useful to keep a little bit of a kitty there. At least keep your expenses in there so that you can pay it. Apartment house for sale, 60 units. That is a good deal. Is he going to sell it to Frank? Oh, he's offering it to Matthew. Oh, goodness. Matthew, Would you like to borrow to buy this apartment house? It's 66% ROI. The down payment is 200,000. So you would have to borrow 90. No, you'll have to borrow 100,000 to be able to get it.
100,000.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
because he's selling it to you for 10,000. The cash flow is 11,000 though, so you are still positively cash flowed on it, and you can pay it off.
Sure.
I'm not making a bid on that. That would be silly. But Frank just made $10,000 on that one. Cost is over $1 million. Down payment's 200,000. Mortgage is 1 million. Cash flow is 11,000. Bank loan is
That's the way to do it.
8,000. Repayment is 9,800. So Matthew is still ahead by over $1,000 a month. And he can pay off those loans, and it won't take him that long. Well, it will take him a while. Okay, Matthew, you offered $100,000 for your 3-2 house. You've got a $43,000 one with $250 income plus a $50,000 one for $100 income. Would you like to sell both? Is it
Just
good?
the top one.
Just the top one? You sure?
Yeah, both.
Because I was going to say the chances of you getting the higher amount for it is very low this late in the game. And you've now got enough to be able to pay off that loan if you wish. Would you like to pay off your 98,000 loan? 9,800. No, 98,000 loan. It will get you out of the rat race and into the fast track. What would you like to do? Roll the dice or pay the loan?
Pay the loan.
You wanted to get completely out?
Hmm?
You wanted to pay the full 98,000?
Wait. No loans yet.
You don't want to pay any loans off yet?
Not yet.
Or do you want to pay off 40,000? Or make that 30,000?
None yet.
None yet? Okay. Do Dad. Pay cash or card? Cash or card, Matthew, for $500 speakers.
Pay cash.
And Frank's just sitting there happily accumulating money. I don't even know what it is. I really don't. He's not engaging. He's just going to work, doing his thing. Has damaged their property. That's only going to affect Nick. Matthew, you got 112,000 on hand. Big deal? Pizza franchise, 60% ROI. Down payment is 100,000. Cash flow is 5,000.
Sure.
Do you want to pay off your loan or
I
not?
don't want to get out yet.
You don't want to get out yet?
Mm.
Okay, hang on. Then if you don't want to get out yet, you need to borrow.
Yeah, sure.
So the cash flow is 5,000. There's 4,000 difference there. So Matthew's going to need to borrow 3,000. I think it's 3,000. And there is a reason that Matthew's not wanting to get out of the fast track yet. I think that's right. No. No, he needs to borrow 30,000. Oops. Probably could have gone away with a little bit less, but I can always pay back some of it. Could have done 10,000 less, but that's okay. It's not a huge deal. So Nick's currently got 121,000 sitting there. Frank's got 48,000. He's just been going to work and getting his job done. Matthew's got 42,000 and got really healthy looking income coming in there. Mine is a lot sadder, but I've got a much lower income. This is the difference between the airline pilot and being a teacher. Matthew, big deal or small deal? Fourplex for sale, 48% ROI, 20,000 down payment, cash flows 800. Yes?
Yeah, sure.
Good job. Now if you can just pay off your bank loans, you'll get out of the rat race.
And Matthew's got a large amount of loans. I think it's about 128,000. It's a lot of loans.
Yeah, they're going to understand more.
And he could easily pay them off. Well, not pay all of it off, but at least pay it to be able to get himself out of the rat race. He's doing very well. Offered 135,000 for 3 houses. Matthew, big deal or small deal? You got 30,000.
Big.
Duplex for sale, 40% ROI. Down pays 12,000. Cash flows 400. Would you like it?
Yeah, as long as I don't get out.
Yeah, it's not going to take you out. Matthew likes to have lots of money when you go into the fast track, which you'll have plenty with that amount, that income. The investments will pay off one day. Pardon me. Water heater leaks. Opportunity, Matthew, big or small deal? You got 18,000. Big or small deal?
Big.
Fourplex, 40% ROI, $15,500 cash flow. You want that one or not?
Yeah. I didn't get anything.
No,
That was a good buy.
Taking you very close. But we could just borrow another 1,000. Oh, hello, baby. Now, on my income, I am going to pay off that loan. I probably should have done it last turn, but I forgot. I had one. I have a lot of investments. Bed and breakfast for Frank. Frank actually bought it. That's his first investment. Fascinating. The bed and breakfasts are very good value. Widget company buyer. Company offers 50,000 cash for innovation of widgets. I believe. Did you get a widget company? Yes, you did, Matthew. Would you like to sell your widget company? You haven't got any cash flow from it. It's just going to give you 50 grand. That was that company that Matthew started for 50,000. There it is. But didn't have any cash flow. And now it has, oops, hang on. Need to take it off the assets column as well. It's just made him $50,000. And that's just a matter of what's happening in the market. It really is, and how good your business goes. Any startup business, though, has long starting hours and low cash flow. Start a company part-time, develop an interesting idea for software. I don't have $5,000. Yeah, I'll auction it. Matthew, do you want to buy this opportunity to buy a business? Start a business with 5,000?
I don't see why I should do that.
No, there's not really any reason for you to do it. Everyone passed on the deal. That's okay. Just because you auction something off, people will buy it. And that's okay. Never having a game of Cashflow, which is a game that's developed by Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And this game is designed to teach people how the rich teach their kids about money in a fun way. And it helps. One thing I'm noticing, it's helping me to overcome the fear of missing out, because I know there's always going to be another deal. And it also helps you to understand how the stock market works, how business works. There's a lot of different things that you can learn from this game, and having fun playing it. So I hope you're enjoying it as well. There's always opportunities that come around in life. At the moment, I've only got $1,150, so I'm sticking with the small deals. My TPU Electronics Company, today's price is $30 a share. I don't have any My TPU, and I'm not buying at that. Matthew,
Good job.
Today's price is $30 a share. You have 50 of them that you bought at $10 a share. Would you like to sell them all? Sell all?
Yeah.
No, you just made $1,500. It's not a huge amount, but he only had $50 worth of 50 off. Oh, sorry. Every player has a different. So in this game, Matthew is a airline pilot. So he's got a total income of $30,000 at the moment, with quite a few investments that he's done over the game, and it's got different expenses as well. I am a K-12 teacher. I have quite a low income and low expenses, and not very many investments at the moment, although I do have a bit of shares and I have a few businesses. Frank is a computer player. He is a lawyer with the private fishing cabin on a mountain lake as his dream, and his expenses are that. And then we've got Nick, who is also a computer player, who is a doctor, and he has a few decent investments happening there, as well as some fairly hefty liabilities to go along with those. But yeah, he's just been downsized, which, as Robert tells us throughout the game, that if you invest it right, which Matthew has, you'll continue to keep getting paid. The idea of the game is to get your passive income higher than your total expenses. %60 ROI. That's a really good return on investment for a 3-2 house. Down pays 4,000. Cash flows 200. I'm going to buy that opportunity. I'm going to have to take out a loan, but it's pretty much going to work out. Not too bad, really. Oops, I got that wrong. Cost goes.
Congratulations. That was a good deal.
Goes to assets. Mortgage goes to liabilities. Cash flow goes up to income. Bank loan comes down to liabilities, and bank payment goes to expenses. And I should be able to pay that loan off fairly quickly, because I'm only like $10 off paying at least $1,000. It was tight. I probably wouldn't have normally done that. Spare time for your direct marketing company. As I've mentioned earlier in the game, I've actually joined a network marketing company. I've been with them for the last 2 months, and I've been getting some really good results with the products that they sell. It's completely cleared up my psoriasis. I'm able to think clearly again. I'm able to concentrate. I've got more energy. It's managing my fibromyalgia and really making a massive difference to my health. I do have a cold at the moment, but it's not knocking me stupid. It's stopping me from going out because I don't want to share the virus with anybody, but I'm still able to muck around and do stuff. So I did have, I'm taking a little while just so I can recover. But I'm really, really pleased with the products that I'm getting from Sizzle. And if you want to find out more about them, have a look at some of the other videos on my YouTube channel. Okay, 8plex. I'm not even in the realm of possibility on that one. I don't have enough money to be able to do that. So if you'd like to know more about Sizzle or any of the products they've got, please leave a comment below or check out some of my other videos. Oh, boatload. This is the worst doodad card in the entire game. I hate the boat loan. That's going to knock the stuffing out of me a bit. I did not need that. That may have just... Oops, I forgot to update. Oh, jeez Louise, that's going to make it a lot harder. Oh, I did not need that. I really need some of my shares to sell. It actually takes some significant effort to go bankrupt in 101. 202, it's easy. 202, you can go bankrupt really easily. 101, I'm not buying that. No way. A paycheck! Yay! Not that I'm getting that much, but it's enough to pay off at least one loan. I really need some of my investments to pay off. That, because I don't even have that many bank loans that I can pay off. It'd help a little bit, but it's going to take a while. Please, please, please let some of my shares sell. Because somebody else can roll the dice and they'll actually come up. I really don't want that one. I don't want that doodad, no. The only problem is the other players have all got much more income, but they're more likely to just be mucking around in the big deals and not even worry about the small deals. Whereas I'm on a very low income as a teacher compared to the other players. Shares, please. Yay! Oh, yes. So I've got 2 lots, 800 shares of OMTU that I bought at $10 a share, and it's now $40 a share. Happy days. Oh, happy days. I just made 32,000 and that's just saved my bacon. Like, it saved my bacon. I'm paying off that loan. Not that there's much there, but there is something, so at least now will I pay anything else off? I'm not going to worry about the bank loan because it's not really that significant that it's going to get me back. I will pay off the credit cards. The credit cards are going to give me an extra $90. See, it's now getting to the point where it's not really an appreciable difference. I mean, I could pay off that $17,000 boat loan. Oh. And if I did, it would save me $340. You know what I'm going to? I can't remember what the return on investment on that is, but I really don't like that that boat loan. The car loan is better value to pay off, though. I don't think I can do both. Let's see. I can. I'll pay the car loan off as well. Normally I wouldn't worry about paying the car loan off, but oh dear. I've got such a low three-two house businessman. Ooh. No, I'm not interested in that one. Matthew, you went to charity?
Yeah, sure.
Now, I've played games where the janitor is on a lower income than the school teacher is, and I've actually gotten out of the rat race a lot quicker than anybody else. It just is a matter of which you get, because I never managed to get any of the really good deals, and I never managed to get the dollar shares. I didn't get the cheap houses, I didn't get the cheap shares. So it just kind of, it goes with the flow. You never really know what but just being on a low income doesn't mean you can't get out of the rat race and be financially independent. You just need to work a bit hard. Not necessarily work a bit harder, but you have to work a bit smarter. So working the smarter, that's the big thing. Okay, Matthew, you're offered $35,000 per unit for all units. Would you like to sell your duplex, fourplex? You've got 2 duplexes and 2 fourplexes.
Would I be gaining money?
The 48,000 fourplex, you're getting 400 back for it.
400 what?
$400 is how much you're getting cash flow. You're being offered 70,000 for it. You paid 48, so you'll make about 28,000. It's not a huge amount, but it's up to you. You've got 49,000 at the moment. Do you want to sell them or do you want to keep them?
So
All or some?
I'll be gaining my cash for all the one.
Pardon?
If I gain cash from selling it, then I'll.
There's one fourplex that you paid 75,000 for, so I definitely would not sell that one. Actually, no, that's a fourplex. So you'd be getting 50,000 for that one. You probably make about 100,000 by selling them all. Do you want me to sell them all?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go through and find them all. Which is always fun. Oh, we're going to have to keep an eye on your... I know that shouldn't affect, but I don't think... So Matthew just made $160,000. And it didn't drop his income down appreciably either. And now he can invest that in the ridiculous kid's birthday. going to go big deal because I might find something that's worth selling. Shopping mall for sale. Down payment's 50,000. Matthew, cash flow's 800. Are you interested at all? It's only 19% ROI, but cost is 50,000. May sell for 35 to 150,000.
No.
You don't want it. Yep, no one wanted it. It's not that good a deal, only 19%.
Good job!
Could have gone with small deal. But you just never know what's going to come up. Just because it's a big deal doesn't mean it's a good deal. There you go, Matthew's Spare Time Company has just increased by $200 a month. All limited partnerships have all just been sold. We received 3 times their value, or 3 times their initial. $40,000 per unit. Opportunity, big or small deal, Matthew?
Big.
Car wash for sale, 36% ROI, $50,000 down payment, cash flow is $1,500. Would you like it?
Yeah, but make it so I don't get anything.
Pretty sure I've done the maths on that right.
Good job. Now if you can just pay off your bank loans, you'll get out of the rat race.
He doesn't want to get out of the rat race yet. I'm not sure why he's holding out on getting out of the rat race at the moment. Fourplex, $2,000, 75% ROI. That's a really nice one. Big deal or small deal, Matthew? Apartment house for sale, 54% ROI, 75,000 down payment, cash flow is 3,400. You will need to borrow to keep out from going out of the rat race for that one.
Borrow to keep out.
I could downsize. I'm not going to take a line out this time. Apartment buyer. You're up 30,000 per unit, Matthew. You wanting to sell any of them? I don't think I really suggest that you do.
30,000 units.
You would make a huge amount of money, but you don't really need that much money and you'd lose your cash flow.
Yeah, but I want to deal with all the bank loans at once.
You want to deal with all the bank loans at once.
Yes. So how many are there?
There's 162,000. You're not far off being able to pay them all out now anyway.
Okay, keep on.
Matthew, do you want to make a bid on this fourplex? Frank wants $900 for it. It's 56% ROI, 16,000 down payment, cash flow $750.
Yeah.
He had a baby, Matthew. You ain't to buy a fourplex? Down payments 20,000, cash flows 400, ROIs 24%. They're wanting $1,000 maximum minimum bid.
No.
Oh, Nick's getting very close to getting out of the rat race. Nick has gotten out of the rat race. So now Nick has to actually increase his income by 50,000 to win the game or land on his dream. You now have enough cash on hand, aside from your limited partnerships just sold. Actually, you have one. Yes, you do.
Oh.
Oh, that's not a huge drama. You now have enough money to be able to deal with all your loans in one go.
Okay then. Okay.
So you want to pay them all out?
Yeah.
So Matthew is now out of the rat race. So his cash flow day income is 2,340,000. But he's got to increase that by 50,000 by buying investments in the fast track, or by landing on his dream. Oh yes, you'll be able to pay for it very easily. So there's various different dreams.
So let's start the game. The first step is to choose your dream. People say, well, why is choosing your dream the first step? Because it's the reason you want to play this game. You see, I know so many people who don't go for their dream simply because they say, oh, I don't have the money, or they think they can't afford it, or they don't have the education. One of the reasons for playing this game over and over and over again is, number one, to open up your mind and then give you new ways of thinking, the fundamental basic education, so that you can invest wisely regardless of how much money you have, and then have the money to buy your dreams. And so dreams are very, very important. In other words, why live life if you don't have your dreams? So the very first step is choose your dream. That's a very important first step, because that's where you always start, with the end in mind. You always start with your dream and work backwards. That's what your first step is. Choose your dream.
So Matthew's now in the fast track. And he's getting 2,290,000 each time he goes past cash flow day. I don't think there's any videos accessible here that I can show you on the fast track. I think I've got to go out and look at it from another spot. So Matthew's got an opportunity of buying an auto repair shop. He gets $6,000 per month cash flow with a 48% cash on cash return for only $150,000 down. I'm assuming you want that, Matthew?
Yeah.
That was a great deal.
inflation hits. I've lost my 3-2 house. My poor little character is not having a lot of luck with this game. She's making very slow progress. But that's okay. There's more to life. And Nick has just bought himself a chicken franchise for 300,000. We can see that in the little chat box down here. It says whether Nick's bought it or not. And Matthew, would you like to buy a t-shirt? 5 t-shirt stores with 8,000 monthly cash flow, 48% cash on cash return, only 200,000 down.
Congratulations. That was a good deal.
Matthew is making good progress towards earning an extra 50,000. Another baby. Mikey, for you, today's price is $5 a share. Didn't take up the skiing in this. Matthew, would you like to save the ocean mammals?
No. Yeah.
It's too late now. You can't say no and then wait after I've already clicked. One thing I will add in this is the amount of money that somebody has no impact whatsoever on their worth. Just because my character's got a low income, his character has a high income doesn't make either of the characters better or worse. Matthew, got a 200 unit mini storage, get 6,000 per month cash flow for only $200,000. Yep.
There you go.
Because you're not defined by how much money. Yes, Matthew would be able to have a much greater impact. Matthew's character would be able to have a much greater impact than mine, but doesn't make it any better or any worse. Both characters have value. And you can learn a lot by playing each character. Now let's see whether or not Nick gets the deal. Nick passed on that deal. Luck of the dice, that one. African photo safari, Matthew. Do you want to take 6 friends on a wild safari photographing the most exotic animals in the world? Enjoying 5-star luxury in your tent?
I'm forgetting my friends would want to do that. No.
What? You're Boys Brigaders. You'd love to go tenting.
Not on the African safari.
Why? You'd get to take photos of all the interesting exotic animals. Boys Brigaders don't really care about the exotic animals, do they?
No.
He loves Boys Brigade.
The one thing that we would do is chase kangaroos. That's it.
They would chase kangaroos, apparently. You don't think chasing a zebra would be fun? A gazelle?
No.
So Matthew's passing on that dream. I think I would have taken that one. Matthew's just come back from a week-long Boys Brigade camp, which was absolutely fabulous. I'm going to go with a small deal. Oh, I'm going to do that one. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. There's one thing I really love about this game is it really does help you to not have the fear of missing out. Just because you miss out on one deal doesn't mean there aren't others. There's always more opportunities. The prices will go up and the prices will come down. The prices will go sideways. And that's okay. Box seats. Nick bought the protein box seats. Matthew, you've landed on Stock Market for Kids. Now, Matthew knows this is my dream. It's 125,000.
I could buy it and make it so it's.
You could buy it and make it so it's more expensive for me.
Chance to get him to it anyway,
most likely.
So just pass.
You're going to pass on it? You're going to pass on it because I'm not likely to get into the fast track.
No.
Isn't he lovely?
Pass on it. Just pass.
Just pass? A lot of times he likes to buy them so they cost me more. He's a dog. I love him to bits. He likes stirring his mum. We have fun. Grow for you. Today's price is $20 a share. Trading range is 10 to 30. There's a little bit of movement there, but not enough to really make it worth my while.
Good job.
Not at this time of the game. Not when there's only me, basically, in this one. And you just never know when that's going to do. It's one of those investments I've got. Nick's got, I love being so rich I can do whatever I want. Nick bought the yacht racing dream at 150,000. I can't say that I'd actually do that. I'd probably be more inclined to really help make a difference somewhere else. Okay, Matthew, the gold mine, earn 25,000 per month cash flow if you roll a 3 or higher on one die. Otherwise, you make $0 per month. It's going to cost you 150,000. You want to go for it?
It's a way of getting
It's going to increase your income by 25,000 if you roll a 3 or higher. It was successful! Yay! Matthew's just a little bit closer to winning. Well, a little bit, 25,000 closer. That was a good one. See, now if I'd bought those shares at $20 a share before, I would have doubled my money, but there's no way of knowing that that card was going to come up. I'm definitely not buying it now. Matthew, beauty salon, 3 shops, $10,000 per month, 250,000. That will get you out. That will actually win you the game. And he's done. He's out of the rat race. He's won the game. Woohoo!
I would have bought that one too.
Yay, Matthew. He did really well. That was a fun game. So let's see if I can. I'll exit out on that now. Actually, there was one. Bring that back up for it.
there was one video I was wanting to find. Let's see if I can find it. No, I'm not sure. I think it might be the rat race, the fast track.
So the question is, how does a person get out of the rat race and onto the fast track? And that's where this part of the game comes in, the income statement and balance sheet, also called the financial statement. As I said earlier, you learn two primary skills in this game. One of the skills to be an investor, and two, the general principles of accounting. So very early on in my life, my rich dad said you have to know the difference between assets and liabilities. Simply put, assets are investment items such as stocks, real estate, or businesses that put money into your pocket, whether you work or not. And liabilities are things that take money from your pocket, whether you work or not. The reason most people don't get out of the rat race is very simply because they're buying liabilities they think are assets, like a house. Most people think their house is an asset when it really is a liability. So the way you get out of the rat race in this board game cash flow is simply learning how to invest, taking your income, investing in either stocks, real estate, or businesses, and that income flows into your income column without you working. The moment you're at passive income, that is income without you working. Passive income is income that comes from your investments. Passive income is income coming from your assets is greater than your expenses. Once your passive income is greater than your expenses, bam, you're out of the rat race and you're onto the fast track. The moment your passive income is greater than your expenses, your financial intelligence has gone up, and that's the object of the game.
So it's a really useful tool. To give you a bit of an overview of 202, although I'm not sure whether I'm going to play it.
I'm often asked the question, what is the difference between Cashflow 101 and Cashflow 202? Using this diagram, I can very easily explain it. As explained before, as we most of us know, markets go in three trends: up, down, sideways, bull market, bear market, channeling market. So between 1990 and the year 2000 was the great bull markets in history. So Cashflow 101 is designed for a bull market. Cashflow 101, if you go bankrupt in Cashflow 101, you've done something really stupid because it's almost impossible. Cashflow 101 is designed for an easy upgoing market with no problems. That is called a fundamental investor. And they're 202 is different. 202 is designed to take in three types of trends. So 202 will teach you how to make money in an up market, down market, and a sideways market. So 202 is the advanced version of Cashflow 101. I highly recommend you playing Cashflow 101 10, 20 times before taking on 202, because you have to have good fundamentals before you take on 202, which are for technical traders. So if you want to be a professional investor or a sophisticated investor in the real world of investing, you need to have good fundamentals and good technical skills. 101 gives you the good fundamentals, 202 the great technicals. And that's the difference between those two games. At this time, we have the electronic version of 101, and sometime in the future, we will have the electronic version of 202.
Which we have got available. So I do actually have a copy of that. I've also got Cashflow for Kids as well, which has three different levels, sorry. And it's really good fun. So yeah, that's basically the game. I hope you've really enjoyed it tonight. We've enjoyed playing it, and if you've got any questions, please leave comments below. If you're interested in any of the products that I've advertised throughout tonight, I've been showing you my jumpers with the "You Have a Future and a Hope" design on it, as well as the one that's underneath it, because it's a bit chilly tonight, which is I can't, but I know a guy. And I've shared information on the sizzle products that I'm also using. So you can find all of those, all of the details on the products that I am selling, as well as a lot more on my on my YouTube channel. See if I can actually find some. Just waiting for my computer to do its thing.
because it likes to do its thing kind of slowly. Mostly because I've got too many things running on it. So it's me. It's my fault. I'm arguing with it now. Come on, do what I want you to do. So yeah, so some of the products that I've spoken to about tonight that, oh my goodness, I can't resize it. Let's resize that little puppy. So if you would like to support the channel, in any way, oops, sorry. Give me 2 seconds. Make sure I'm sharing the right thing. So there's a number of ways that you can actually support the channel. One is to order some Sizzle products that I've shared about. Lots of really great products with Sizzle. I've been using the products myself for 2 months now, and I've noticed some significant improvements in my health and my energy levels. My psoriasis and eczema has completely cleared up, which I am absolutely ecstatic about. And I lost my train of thought. I've had some significant improvements in my health and my energy level with the Sizzle products, which I'm really excited about. The other thing that you can do to support the channel is look at some of the other products that I have available, which, let's see if I can find my Etsy store. Sorry, I'm doing a wonderful job of sharing this, aren't I? So this is my store on Etsy. I've got lots of different designs. The jumpers I'm wearing are just some of the designs that I've got available. You can search by different things. So if you wanted to look at the hoodies and the sweaters that I've got, that I've made. So the I Can't But I Know a Guy is one of the jumpers that I'm wearing. And then I've also got the You Have a Future and a Hope jumper on as well, hoodie. So there's others there. There's another one there. Life's Hard, Be Kind. That's another fun one. So lots of hoodies and sweaters there. If you see a design that you like, but you'd like a slight alteration on it, feel free to message me if you would like to get customized water bottles, or ones with different designs on them. So this one's a bit fun. So I've got 2 different designs on this one actually. So this has got the Exodus 14:14, which is the Lord will fight for you. You just need to hold your peace and remain at rest, as well as the Aaronic blessing, which is, may the Lord bless you and keep you and cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And you can't see it because it's on the different tab. Sorry. So that's what I was trying to read as it was going through. So that's the one of the water bottles that I've got available. Let's go back to main shop page. So there's lots of different options of products available. And if you see something that you like, so say you see a design on a coffee mug, but you'd like to have that on a jumper or on a t-shirt or on a mouse pad or something like that, or if you've got kids' photos that you'd like to have done for Dad for Father's Day, they can be really nice on a mouse pad. I've also got that on water bottles, I think. Is that a water bottle? No, I think that might have been a coffee mug. Coffee mugs. I've got lots of different coffee mugs. So if you see any designs that you see on the mug and you'd really like to see that somewhere else, this one can be a really helpful thing to help you remember that It's like, what if we focus on what's strong instead of what's wrong? We can create a better future. You are the light of the world. Oh, there we go. We've got the customizable water mugs, insulated mugs, travel mugs, and they can have your kids' photos in the background there on those. So they're all custom made to have your kids' faces. Or you've got the customizable magic water coffee mug. So the colour actually changes on that one. Let's see if I can show you that. So when you put the hot water in it, it actually, so it starts off all black, but then when you put the hot liquid in, the image is revealed on the mug. So there's a few options on that one. That's a bit of fun. Options for Father's Day. If you know a couple that's getting married, the fair fighting rules are absolutely fantastic. I hadn't come up with these rules. These are rules that were developed by the therapist aides. They're 9 fair fighting rules. You can find out more information about the fair fighting rules on the therapist aides website, which their website is there, and that's actually got a video that explains how the fair fighting rules work. Absolutely fantastic gift for a couple when they first get married, or even if you're working in an office or something like that and you're needing to have some conflict resolution tools. These mugs are really, really helpful because it helps you to remember to focus on what's one, only have to talk about one thing at a time. Make sure you know what it is you're actually upset about. So it might be that someone left the tomato sauce on the bench. That may have been what initially got you annoyed, but what you're really annoyed about is that you feel like you do everything. Making sure that you don't use disparaging or nasty names. Making sure you use "I feel when this something happened" statements. So take ownership of how you're feeling. No yelling, no stonewalling. Then you've got that little timer thing, and that's basically saying that you give each other at least a minute or two, if you agree on the time, a minute or two each time. And if you have a little egg timer, you can actually flip it over and backwards and forwards so you can visually see, so you don't have one person taking over the conversation. No stonewalling, so don't just be silent. It's incredibly annoying. What was the other one? No yelling. Making sure that if you get too heated, have a timeout. And the timeout is not stonewalling. It's about going away, calming down, and coming back again. Now, if you're somebody that struggles with emotional regulation, it might take you a little while to calm down. It could even take you a couple of days. But you need to agree to come back and have the conversation. And then the last rule is, if nothing else, acknowledge how the other person's feeling and work with that. So there's some really important and really helpful techniques to help when there is conflict that needs to be resolved, which is why this is an excellent gift for a couple when they get married, because you can guarantee that when a couple gets married, they will have conflict. And it's really important that they know how to handle that conflict and have some tools to be able to manage that and not just turn into a big fight that is going to not work, because the idea is to make it so marriages and relationships last, not that they break down, because when they break down, everyone gets hurt. It's never a good thing. There is nothing to celebrate about divorce. It is always wrong. And yes, even if it's a toxic relationship, then yes, it is better that they're apart, but it is way, way better if they can learn how to resolve the issues in a respectful and assertive manner. And in society in general, we're not taught how to do that. So that's one of the things that these Fair Fighting Rules mugs is designed to do, is to help with that. So I'm really quite passionate about that product. That's one of my favourite products. Another one, let's see if I've got, what else have I got here? I think I've got some grounding ones. May not be on there. I may need to refresh that one. It looks like I might not have. I sometimes need to fix up some of the products. Pretty sure it's not in a water bottle. Sorry, it's a bit cold here tonight, so I got a bit of a runny nose. I'm not sure why that's. If you ever come onto my Etsy store and find products that you've previously seen are no longer available, it just means I need to reactivate them. And at the moment, the one that I'm looking for actually has expired. So I do need to reactivate that listing. So I will renew that listing. And if you see anything on there that you'd like, please let me know, because I would love to actually work with you to organise those. So now I've reactivated that. That should. Note I said should. Best laid plans, as they say. God's grace is sufficient is something that's really quite dear to my heart. It hasn't reactivated back on here. There's always some nice little specials that come up too. Oh, see, they should have been. Sorry, I have actually just refreshed some of the active listings, so they should be on there. Theoretically, it should be. Don't you love it? Any case, it's not really that important. That's not what the whole point of this video was. This video is about having fun playing Cashflow, and getting some ideas on how. And you can't even see what I'm doing. My goodness, I'm sorry. But the what I'm looking for is actually not there. I got some fun mouse pads and some phone cases. There we go. So we've got some educational tools here. So you've got some material placemats for kids. Mouse pads with the rainbow facts and the alphabet on it. Can be really fun for preppy kids. Let's see if we can find the mug now. See if it's nice, been nice to me and refreshed. No, it hasn't come back yet. But I mean, that's another. Honestly, I have some favourites. See, but I hope you found tonight interesting. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. And I will grab the link for my Etsy store. Because if you use that link, you'll actually get you can use a discount code, which is, what is the discount code? YouTube 5, I think, is the current code. I think it's, sorry, I'm just trying to find that. Promo code for you. Nope, I can't find it. I'm pretty sure it's YouTube. YouTube 5. Yep, YouTube 5 is the promo code. I will pop that into the chat. Oops, technical glitches, gotta love them. So if you want to check out my Etsy store, It's Janderra designs.etsy.com. Question mark coupon equals YouTube 5, and that will get you a 5% discount on my Etsy store and on any of the products that I've got available up there. So yes, and if you're wanting to check out the Sizzle products, the link for that is, I'll take that away. And then you've got the direct to you company, which is the Sizzle products. So if you want to, which is and that is the link for sizzle.net.Janderra, which will make it so that you can access the Sizzle products as well. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed tonight and found it helpful and interesting. And I have got other games that Matthew and I have played, and you're more than welcome to go and watch the replays. Or if you've got a design that you would like, or you've got an idea for a design that you'd like to see me put on a shirt or a mug or a water bottle, feel free to send me an email, and I'd love to work with you to bring your design to life. I've got a couple that I've done specifically for friends. This one was actually designed by a friend of mine. She was listening to a sermon and came up with that kind of design, and I popped it on a water bottle, and I'd also done the other 3 designs on there, and you can have your name on there in a custom way. You can't see it because that's on a different screen. I'm sorry. So my friend actually designed this particular image here, and I added on the other 2 that are here. So yeah, that's the water bottle that she designed, and I've got it with her name on hers. So that was actually a commissioned design, that one. I've got a few that have been commissioned designs. I think there was one of the hoodies and sweaters was a commissioned design. Somebody asked for all my life you've been faithful. All my life you've been so good. So this was one that was a commissioned design, and so was I Can't But I Know a Guy. It was originally a commissioned design for a hat. So it was originally commissioned for this hat. And Cynthia actually did a review on it and did a video on her YouTube channel. So she really liked it. The Dead to Be You shirt's another one that I designed that that Cynthia loves. Unfortunately, you can't hear the speaking of, so I might end up having to change this. But yeah, so Cynthia got the pink one. She really likes that one. This one was the original one that was actually requested. But yeah, Cynthia loves her pink hat. So then you've got your God's love, which is God's banner over me is love. So that's the one it's got God's love on a banner on the hat, which is inspired by the song God's banner over me is love. There's lots of designs. You are enough. You can have your name on the beanie or the hat. So yeah, lots of ideas. So if there's something there that you'd like, or if you have some custom ideas that you'd like to have seen on a water bottle, feel free to message or comment below. And I'm going to leave it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've really enjoyed the stream, and we'll catch you in the comments section. And remember, you're either green and growing or you're ripe and rotting, and let's make a difference together. Let's make this a happier place. Bless you. Have a great day.